see what you just did?
This? This? I did this?
You did that, yeah.
When?
Did you see yourself do that?
No.
I have it on video.
Did I do that?
They're organic things. They're real things.
Should
Like-
I do it?
Huh?
Should I do it?
I don't know. It's your choice. You're the creator. You're the artist.
This.
So, don't discount any.
Okay.
Like, why did they expect us all to be psychic?
Okay. Okay.
Our mind, our head, our brain, psychic. Now, don't go down to your hand. Bring your hand up to your head.
Mm.
Good. That's tension.
Mm.
Because if your shoulder says no, come down to the hand. And you say, no, I'm going to bring the hand up to the head. The shoulder says, no, don't do it. I'm too tight. Good. Okay, we're going to film this now.
Okay.
And stand by and go when you're ready, but not a moment before.
From the beginning?
From the beginning, yes.
Okay. Look, sex and love are separate things. Well,
Now, you did that much stronger before. You
Okay.
said sex and love,
mm,
separate them. Because you're going to say, following this, your brain is thinking, sex is over here and love is over here. So go ahead and do it. Sex and love are two different things. And you did that.
okay.
What sex and love are two different things.
Mm.
Love it.
Look,
No, not that. I didn't say do that. That, just look.
look, look.
You got it, you got it.
Look, sex and love are separate
No,
things.
you went too fast. Look,
Look,
sex and love
sex.
are two different things.
Okay.
Go
Look.
slow. You're not performing yet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're on a stage, you've got light, you've got an audience, and you've got material. You want to perform it. You're not ready to perform it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So don't try to perform.
Mm-hmm.
Try to work it.
Okay.
And if something doesn't go right, don't let me stop you. You stop it and go back.
Okay.
If you don't do what you want, like if you go sex and love are two different things again,
Mm-hmm.
then stop. Because that's not gonna help you at all. Sex and love are two different things. One is here, one is there.
Correct.
Separate them.
Mm-hmm. Look. One more time.
Now, you can't do it while you're laughing,
That's why I started.
right? So you have to get rid of the laughter,
Mhm.
because it's gonna get in your way.
I lost concentration when I looked at. I just lost my concentration when I looked.
He
Don't
looked
look
at me.
at it.
I was kind of. Alright, I will. Look at you.
It's all on here.
Look. I'm sorry. Sex and love are separate things. Well, they can be. That's all I'm saying. This thing with Naomi, okay, it should never have happened. But it didn't have to impact on what I have with Meg. I thought that was the deal. It was a separate arrangement. She told me she just wanted a bit of fun and now she turns around and does this. I mean, where the hell did that come from? If I'd known Naomi felt like that, I would have broken it up with her months ago. Well, maybe. Oh shit, maybe not, but I just wish women would say what they mean, you know? Plainly, clearly would state what they want. Instead of expecting us to be psychic. Meg bought me this t-shirt at Warner Brothers store and it's got a picture of Superman on it. He's wearing this perplexed expression and he's saying, "You want me to live tall buildings and be sensitive and supportive." That's how it is with women. They want you to slay a dragon for them 1 second and then cry at a guide dog commercial the next. And somehow, you're expected to know when they want you to be controlling and when they want you to be crying. And if you don't make the right guess at the right time, it's instantly construed as a proof that You don't love them enough. If you really love me, you wouldn't need to ask. How many times have you heard that? I'm sorry, I've loved a few people, a lot, but no one's ever stepped out of the shadow and handed me a crystal ball. Anyways, I know I'm trying to change the subject. The fact is, I've been acting like a prick. Cindy.
As you think of it right now, where do you want to go with it? What kind of an arc do you want to put in? You're gonna go from here to there. Do you wanna start out positive and go to negative, or do you want to go from negative to positive?
I was thinking it all positive, the whole thing. Should it be like,
Then there's no drama.
that's more like a comedy. Does it have to have drama as well?
Yeah. There always has to be a main event, something that's happening.
Well, logically I start with that it's not a big deal, and then I kind of say that I was acting like a prick, so I guess it's going from positive to negative.
Okay, let's do that then. And you can try it the other way too,
Mhm.
but make it one or the other. Don't try to do it all the same way,
Mhm.
because then it's not interesting. We need to see you change during the monologue.
I think I'm saying I'm sorry, so that means I'm sorry about it as
I
well.
think I've been acting like a prick, it's like an apology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And the beginning is, I don't understand women.
Yeah.
I just don't get them.
Yeah.
So that can be lighter.
Yeah.
Now, what I want you to do when you look at your film, I want you to notice how throughout your work, with a few exceptions, your elbows were this close to your rib cage and everything was very close in here.
Mhm.
You did everything, and then you did something different when you actually did a physicality. Then you used your elbow and it came away from your chest.
Mhm.
But otherwise, everything comes down here and it's all in here. Get it out there, right?
I just don't really mentally see the reason to raise my hands. Like what I don't realize what would I do with that, like here. Like here, this I can understand, but other than that, I don't have ideas where to put my hands. Here it's kind of like,
Comfortable.
yeah,
Yeah.
where are they supposed to be? But here,
Yeah.
like, what should I do with them?
I don't know, but watch yourself and look what you do. When
I
you
guess-
know what you do, I keep saying this, observe yourself, observe yourself, observe yourself. It means sit across the room and watch yourself.
I'm not really doing that in my, like a real life. I'm not really lifting my hands like here.
I'll bet you're doing it more than you think you are. Cause you did it without even thinking about it, you went, that's lifting your hand.
But that's just like cerebral touch.
Yeah, you did two things together. You did this one and then you went right to that. And that was organic. You did that without thinking about it.
Yeah, but if I'm just gonna touch my head all the time, I don't. I
No,
don't
that's
feel
what
it.
you're doing now because it worked for you once. So now you're trying to touch your head too much.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it.
What else could I do?
Don't ask me. You're the artist. You create. Don't want little Bob Carters up there. We want Elia up there.
Maybe a couple suggestions? No?
Watch yourself, and you'll see a lot of suggestions if you watch yourself.
That's a good one. Like holding your hands like this, kind of, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's a neutral position, by the way. That's not making a statement one way or the other. It's a neutral position where you're thinking something through.
Mm.
So if you find a moment where you're thinking something through, trying to solve,
Mm-hmm.
just while you're there, say, if you loved me, you wouldn't do that.
If you really love me.
Now, you're not in the mood though, you're just doing it because I asked you to. Do it as the character.
If you really love me.
No, you're going back to the broken wings again.
You want me to keep hands here?
If you loved me, you wouldn't do that. But in her voice and words, make words important.
Mm-hmm. If you really loved me, you wouldn't need to ask. How many times have I heard that? I mean, I'm sorry, I've loved a few people a lot.
Okay, if you come down, if you loved me, how many times have I heard that? You can't do that. Because you came in on the same level as where you finished her words. After you finish her words, you've got to go somewhere else vocally to know that this is her, that this is me. When the break between doing her voice and your voice has got to be very clear to us that those were her words. And make her words important. Every word. If you loved me, right? Say them individually. Try again.
If you,
No, put your hands up.
if you really loved
No,
me,
you're not in your voice.
if you, should I be higher?
If, it's up in your head voice.
If you really loved me, you wouldn't need to ask. How many times have I heard that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've loved a few people a lot, but
And see, this doesn't really mean anything.
yeah,
It's that throwing
I'm just
away.
trying to kind of do something.
But if I were you, you put your hands on your hips. That was control. That's meaning I'm in control here.
I'm sorry.
Just don't break a hip. Because if you break a hip, it's casual.
Yeah.
You're just really okay with what you're talking about. You're not okay. You're really perplexed by women. Why do they do this to me?
Why?
Right?
Mhm.
Any other comments for Elia's work?
Now I understand more your English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Almost we.
Working on
Is
it.
that what's the name of the play?
It's a secret bridesmaids business.
Comment.
Hmm?
Comment.
What is that?
Yeah, comedy.
Oh, it's a comedy. Yeah. It's a comedy.
Yeah, your enunciation was better.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was working on primarily on pronunciation. Yeah.
Yeah, well, good. Okay, now let's go through it,
Hmm?
and let's do it with everything. Just throw caution to the wind.
Okay.
And if you think of something to try, back up, come forward again, trying it. If your mind goes somewhere and says, oh, maybe I could do that, don't keep going. Back up
Oh, okay.
and start again and put that gesture into the work and see if it works. And if it doesn't, but it almost works, back up again and bring it forward again and see if you can make the physicality work for you. That's working something. We have to get out of this thing. I'm gonna get up and perform my monologue. Your monologue is not ready to be performed. Right? You agree?
Agreed.
Then stop trying to perform. Work it.
Look, sex and love are separate things. Well, they can be. That's all I'm saying. This thing with Naomi, okay, it should never have happened. But it didn't have to impact on what I have with Meg. I thought that was the deal. It was a separate arrangement. She told me she just wanted a bit of fun. And now she turns around and does this. I mean, where the hell did that come from? If I'd known Naomi felt like that, I would have broken it up with her months ago. Well, maybe. Oh shit, maybe not. But I just wish women would say what they mean. You know, plainly, clearly would state what they want. Instead of expecting us to be psychic. Meg bought me this t-shirt at Warner Brothers store, and it's got a picture of Superman on it. He's wearing this perplexed expression and he's saying, "You want me to live tall buildings and be sensitive and supportive." That's how it is with women. They want you to slay a dragon for them 1 second and then cry at a guide dog commercial the next. And somehow, you're expected to know when they want you to be controlling and when they want you to be crying. And if you don't make the right guess at the right time, it's instantly construed as a proof that you don't love them enough. If you really loved me, you wouldn't need to ask. How many times have I heard that? I'm sorry, I've loved a few people a lot, but no one's ever stepped out of the shadow and handed me a crystal ball. Anyways, I know I'm trying to change the subject. Fact is, I've been acting like a freak.
I like that one.
That was a lot better. A lot better.
You worked it. You didn't try to perform it.
Yeah.
What did Naomi do when you say she goes and does something like this?
Well,
Oh, what was that?
she basically, there was a party before the wedding, and she somehow told, like she was on this party, she was her friend of my bride, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're getting married?
That's a question right now, because she told her that we had a kind of something going on back in the days, and that was said on the party before the wedding, where like everything is already.
What did she do?
Hmm?
What did she do when you say she goes and does something like this?
She tells basically my future wife that we had like an affair with her.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're in trouble there, man.
Yeah, looks like
So,
it.
you said, where can I get my arm away from my body?
Bless you.
And then she goes and does something like this. You gotta do it then, that was mine. And then she goes and does something like this.